Hey, this is Jenna. Oh, should we start here too?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, and... Hey, this is Jenna.
And I'm Heather.
And this is Conspiracies Unlocked. And we just wanted to say, to start off, all of these crazy hurricanes that are occurring all throughout the southern east,
Gulf of Mexico,
North
East
Carolina, Tampa, all these locations. There's crazy hurricanes. I know that there's one hitting Florida today, I believe, or started late last night. Yeah, Milton. And it's just insane, the damage that that has already happened and that they are expecting to happen. One of the mayors in Tampa, or Tampa's mayor, or one of the sub mayors, her name's Jane something.
Jane, yeah.
Yeah, she said, this is like not a drill. If you want to survive, you need to leave. And that's so scary to think, okay, so if I leave, which, they're trying to leave, that you're going to come back to nothing. Because obviously it's not safe in your house, because she's ultimately saying that whatever you leave is going to be destroyed. And that is what they are expecting. And that is so horrible.
It's catastrophic.
Yes. And to have them back to back, Hurricane Katrina was really bad, and I remember that very, I feel like it just happened, and that happened back in 2005, and 20 years later, we're still dealing with these hurricanes, and it's like 2 of those, I feel like, is just sweeping through, and it is insane, and there are a lot of conspiracies about weather modification and the government using HARP in order to gain power over the lithium mines in North Carolina, or get what are the other ones?
There's also big deposits of quartz that they use in pretty much everything, computers, cell phones, everything is also there. And
so they're trying to get a quick
a lot
grab.
of other natural resources.
So they want to get the theory is that the government wants to get a quick grab on their property to own the lithium mines and to start digging and oiling underneath, or not oiling, but digging underneath and mining for these precious metals and precious. Are they all metals? Is lithium a metal? I don't think it's a mineral. Mineral. Quartz is a mineral. Yeah, precious minerals. Sorry, I knew I was saying it wrong. I have a machine shop, so I'm always doing metal. I'm always dealing with metals.
But they are. I know that I saw some reports where reporters went to some of the towns in North Carolina. Were talking to the people. The people did not want to talk on camera. They were talking kind of hidden behind, covering their faces, because there is a lot of people that are for it, because they say, it's going to bring a lot of money before the hurricanes. It's going to bring a lot of money to the town, a lot of revenue and jobs and different things. They sell it to the community this way. It's going to be good for your community. But then a lot of people are saying, hell no, we do not want it. It's not good for us. And this is horrible. So there was a push and pull for years. And now
all of a sudden.
I guess it is hurricane season. If you have seasons on these things.
Yeah, it is hurricane season. But So our episode today is about Operation Popeye, where they did use weather modification in war. I'm not saying that the hurricanes are being magnified by any weather modification, by HARP, by anything else.
Or direct
energy weapons. We're not saying that for these hurricanes, but there is other instances where they did use weather modification, and they are using weather modification, like the Santa Ana watershed in California that we went over a few months ago. Heather did an episode on that back in February. So that's something to look at too, is that they are manipulating the weather all the time, no matter what. Even just for good things, not like they're doing this
Well, they wanted to increase the precipitation because it is southern. We live in Southern California, and this was it was based in Riverside, and I mean they put over 100 of these weather modification all over. But they started in California, and they're ground based. And
then they shoot up into the clouds, so you don't even need an airplane to drop silver iodide anymore.
Yeah, so and barium. They use barium and silver iodide.
So we're now we're going to be talking about Operation Popeye, which was one of the first times, actually the first time that they used it in military war. That they used.
Yeah, for war.
For this type of war, because there's different types of wars that they've used it for before. Mm-hmm. Psychological warfare they've used.
Oh yeah, for this purpose, for this application. Yeah, because there's many different applications.
So Operation Popeye was done from March 20th, 1967, and was stopped on July 5th, 1972. And this was put into play during the Vietnam War. The goal was to create rainfall to jam the communication systems of the Vietnam military. So they wanted to do like a sneak attack. So what do? You're going to create a diversion. You're going to make it to where they can't talk to each other. They can't say like, oh, the Americans are coming. They're on their way. Go stop them. Because if there's all this weather issues and rain, and if the roads are washed out, then and we know, like America knows about it, but Vietnam doesn't, then that gives them the upper hand, obviously. Mm-hmm. However, this was not the first time that the military used weather modification to help the aid in war. The first was used during the Cold War, which the Cold War was not a physical, war. It was a psychological warfare. It was it started in 1947 and didn't end until the 90s. And when they used weather modification for the psychological warfare, it was called Operation Circus. And it's more that the Cold War was more like propaganda, media bias, more thoughts. Like they're getting into your head and fucking with you and fucking with other people and fucking with everything. And the Vietnam War was obviously boots on the ground, physical involved. Yeah. So it's like the Iraqi war that we had in the early 2000s, where they're physically there. So how they started Operation Popeye is that there was a memo from the Deputy Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs. His name was Kohler, and it was to the Secretary of State, and his name was Rusk, and it was dated January 13th, 1967. So that was on my mother-in-law's 13th birthday. Fun fact.
1967?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So in this now declassified memo, which they just declassified it a few years ago when they did the whole big declassification of all sorts of, remember when that happened, the Freedom of Information Act, and everything came out a few years ago. So I got all my information just straight off the government website because it's all there now. And in the Kohler proposes to initiate the operational phase of Project Popeye along infiltration routes in northern Vietnam and southern Laos, with the objective to produce enough rainfall to make the communication between their military interfered. And with this, we were in a fight with Vietnam, not southern Laos. Southern Laos is where we were stationed. But there was an ambassador in Laos, a U.S. ambassador, who knew about this and was well aware of what was going on. And his name, it was Sullivan. And he totally approved it. But there was only a small portion of people who actually knew anything about Operation Popeye or anything about weather modification or their plans to do this. So then Kohler goes on to refer to HARP and Operation Circus, and that's because they have already improved cloud seeding since they came up with HARP in the 40s or 30s. When was HARP? That was your episode. You were all about it.
Oh, when was
Project
the
Blue
first?
Book, all that was 30s. Anyways,
I don't remember when the first project was, or the first. I would have to look back on my notes. I don't remember the first one.
It was like I want to say it was like the 30s. So this was relatively new.
It was more the 40s.
40s. Okay, so this was definitely like new.
Well, 47 was when the war.
So
World War II ended around that time. It was around the time of World War II.
So this was 20 years later. Mm-hmm. So they're still improving technology, but they have greatly improved it due to HARP and Operation Circus. And he mentions all this in his memo too. It's like the memo is not like a quick little like text, like a little text message, not like a, hey, we're going to start Operation. It's like this memo, like I feel like nowadays in an office, a memo is just a quick call to arms. From Boss Baby, they say that. A memo is a call to arms.
Call to arms.
Yeah, but it's more like a snippet. This is like a fucking essay.
Yeah.
Like, it's a full-on, like, why we should do this, what we've done to prepare for it, we're ready, we just need the okay, we need the stamp of approval, let's go.
Yeah, they're trying to get the okay, so they're going to try to convince them.
Yeah, so he feels that they are capable of making it rain during a normal dry season. So he continues listing the reasons why they should be able to start this operation in full effect. And apparently there were already 50 cloud seeding experiments during October 1966 in the Laos Panhandle. So where they're stationed, they've been doing this. And what's crazy is, like, obviously the Lao military had no idea. And then even, like, our military, only a small percentage knew what they were even aware of these tests. So they just thought, oh, it's raining again. Oh, it's raining again. They didn't, like, nobody knew. Yeah. So obviously, because it's supposed to be like utmost secrecy. And during this test phase, they conducted more than 50 cloud seeding experiments, and 82% of the clouds that were seeded did produce rain. And this was just due to normal rainfall. The enemy, which were the communists, he says, were unable to go through their normal route or fix the washed out roads. So, and that was just due to their normal rainfall. So if America was to make it rain more, then they would have more of not being able to go through the roads and through their normal routes, and there would be a blockage.
Yeah, it would totally fuck with their plan of attack, because they have the way that they're going to go, and then if we're rains, creating any kind of reason why they can't, especially with rain and mud and water, they're going to have to find another way. It's going to take them longer, or they're going to have to maybe be more exposed to us.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we'll see them coming. Mm-hmm. So they had 9 inches of rain within 4 hours. Do you know how big that is?
That is.
When it rains a shit ton here and we're like, oh my God, we're flooded, everything is bad. It's only rained like half an inch in 2 days. You know, it's not even that much. 9 inches in 4 hours is... It's catastrophic.
No, it is, because when we did the Santa Ana watershed episode with the cloud seeding, we were comparing how much rainfall for the whole year.
Yeah, I was
like in our region, and it was like 2 inches.
Yeah, it's something so small.
I mean, it is San Diego, but still,
yeah, it was like it was like our rainiest season. I think once we had 13 inches in the whole season.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's not, and that's for all of the
when it rains
Southern California regions. Like
here, when it rains consistently for like 4 or 5 days, and we're like, this is bad. Get out the canoes. Get to higher ground.
I mean, people do get boogie boards.
They do, and they surf down. Yeah, it's fun. Stuff, but it only rained like, they'll be like, oh, it's up to 1.75 inches. Like.
It's nothing. Yeah.
So that's for that much, and the ground can't absorb that kind of rainfall that quickly either. So it's not going into anything.
That's flooding.
So they were predicting that the extra rainfall would slow movement by foot, obviously, and especially operating vehicles would be just impossible to get through this like shit storm.
Depends on what they had though, because if they had like big tanks and stuff, I would think they would be able to get through, right?
Unless it's like super flooded. I don't know. So. They felt they felt that these like 50 experiments were just a major success, and like, cool, let's do this shit. They do say that the amount of rain that would be produced, or the precise like location, could not like, they couldn't do that. They couldn't say, like, oh, we're going to do just 2 inches.
Oh, it wasn't very precise.
It was not precise. Or we're going to do 2 inches over here. None of that. Like, they didn't know where it was going to go. It's kind of like all they did was extend what was already happening.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's already raining and the storm is already moving this way, well, it's just going to continue moving that way. And then
so intensified it a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. Prolonged it and intensified it.
Yeah. So their plan was to take monsoon season to like the next level while like using cloud seeding and by producing just more mayhem in general. And they would also trap North Vietnam by blowing up their bridge.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're going to blow this up so you can't get out
and
that way.
We're gonna flood
and
them
then
out.
we're going to flood everything out. Yeah. And Kohler proceeds to ask for all he needs. He explains why and which personnel he needs and why he needs it. And he says, this is not going to cost us a lot. All I need is 33 extra personnel. Like at the end of it all, that's all he needs. And he said that he kept being like, it's so cost effective. It's not going to cost us anything. Not a lot of manpower.
And I could see how
not a lot of anything.
He would also say, like, I can see the side of it is like, we're using the weather as a weapon. So our guys and our military is going to be safer because they're not going to have to actually be like one-on-one like combat.
Yeah. And we also don't have to they don't have to, there's less like machinery to be used. There's less items, just going through. They need a plane to fly through the cloud, and that's like it. And silver iodide, there's not like a huge operation with all these tanks and guns and things. So they also wanted to figure out how to get rid of the clouds as well as make them. So like a declouding thing. So that was also why he asked for extra personnel, because he wanted to be able to get rid of them if it became like too much. So he wanted to start researching that.
What if it started coming towards them?
Yeah.
Like, what if the weather shifted and it started coming towards us, the ones creating it?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And then it's going to kind of backfire.
So they did do I read up more about that, and they did do the research and everything for that. I didn't read too much on it, but they have a way to dissipate clouds. So they can like uncloud seed if they want to. So they could, with these hurricanes, make it far less if they wanted to.
Which is why
Which
are
is
they not
interesting
doing that?
Because why wouldn't you at least lessen it? I understand that the earth and you don't want to play God, and it's very important not to play with like the earth's natural shit. But why not at least just lessen it a little bit, So that is something to think about with these hurricanes going on. So anyways, so this is very interesting because Kohler went on to, in the memo, to say that he wants to use weather modification for military purposes as opposed to economic or welfare purposes. So that means that they were already fucking with the USA citizens by using weather manipulation for economic and welfare purposes. So
Which
he's
is
saying
like what's happening right now with Milton and Helene.
They're saying he's saying that they've already been doing this. So this whole,
and this was in the 60s or 70s?
67.
Yeah.
So during this whole time, these past years and years where everyone's like, the weather modification isn't real, chemtrails aren't real, aren't real. Well, he's saying in 1967 that yes, they were using it for that, and that he wants to start applying it to war tactics and use it as a weapon. So I'm gonna quote what he says because I can't say it better than him, but he goes on to say, like, there are thus legal and perhaps moral or philosophical aspects to the question whether the U.S. should utilize the capability we seem to have deployed to alter weather conditions significantly. We cannot lightly assume responsibility for unilaterally altering climate and possibly landforms and other sovereignties, and particularly for initiating weather warfare with an uncertain extent of injury to civilian populations. The legal advisor, I understand, has undertaken a comprehensive study of the legal implications of weather modification, a project that cannot be completed in time to affect the decision on the pending proposal. Your decision, however, should be made in the light of these uncertainties. So, with respect to North Vietnam, we believe that as an interdiction measure, Popeye operations would be less harmful to the population and area affected than bombing. So they're like, so they are addressing the fact that, is this morally right? Is this morally good? Mm-hmm. And he's pretty much saying that, hey, at least we're not bombing innocent civilians. We're just...
But isn't the weather in itself like a bomb?
Yeah, but you can't survive rain. You can't survive a bomb. Like, no matter which way you put it. Like, the Tampa...
Yeah, but you have drowning. You have...
Yeah, I know, but...
People get trapped.
But, of course, that can all happen. But if a bomb hits you, there's no way out. You're dead. You're just... Like, if a hurricane comes, you have, like, what? Like, a 50-50 chance. With a bomb, it's a 100% chance you're dead.
You're dead. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's what he's trying to say, is that... Yeah, we're gonna kind of fuck with everything, and he's even talking about the land, and
So were they also trying to minimize civilian casualties?
Yeah, that's what he's saying, that they're unsure of the amount of the injury to civilian populations, but it would be less than a fucking bomb.
True. Okay. Yeah.
Pretty much that's what he's saying. So what they did say at the very end of the memo was like, this has to remain completely confidential, because there was a huge flood in September of 1966, the Mekong flood, and he didn't want the U.S. to be blamed.
Wait, where was that at? In Vietnam?
Yes, and they didn't want to be blamed for this big flooding, but they were doing all these tests around that time in October 1966. So it's like,
it's very probable
that it could have been there. Like, that could have been them.
And maybe that wasn't their intention.
But maybe they did. And he didn't want to be blamed for any other weather anomalies either, or anything weird. But it's like, wait, what? Like, okay, dude. So they obviously got the approval, and the U.S. Air Force released silver iodide and lead iodide particles into the existing storms to prolong the storm. Operation Popeye was the first known hostile use of geoengineering, and they were able to keep the storm going for an extra 35 days.
Wow, that's a long time, 35 days.
Yeah, extra by doing that. So did Operation Popeye work? Technically, it did what it was supposed to do. It made rainfall, and it was used from 1967 to 1972, and they used the code name Motor Pool. However, a journalist, Seymour M. Hirsch, exposed the operation, and of course the public lost its shit. And from then on, weather modification was banned from warfare forever.
Or was it?
Yeah. So, and you can find his article in the New York Times, July 3rd, 1972, and it's titled "Rainmaking is Used as Weapon by U.S." And that got everybody up in arms, and 2 days later, they couldn't do it anymore. And so they said, okay, it's banned from war. We're not going to do it anymore. That nobody can do it. But, like, okay, we're going to tell, like, Vietnam, you can't use it now that you know that we used it on you. You're not going to use it on us, or, you know, whichever way. They can't say, like, oh, nope, this is a worldwide ban. Like, the fuck?
I mean, they could try, but it doesn't mean they're going to listen.
No, don't they say, like, oh, no, like, you can't bomb the Twin Towers, but somebody bombed the Twin Towers? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? These people are stupid.
Well, it's up for debate who did that.
But okay.
That's another episode.
So, the government cannot say if Operation Popeye helped win the Vietnam War, but the weather modification worked. We won the war. So, does correlation equal causation? Not always, but maybe that is why we won the Vietnam War. Maybe it would have caused more casualties. Maybe it would have been a bigger deal. Maybe all these other things could have happened. Who knows? But the government can't say if they did or did not win the war due to Operation Popeye. So that is for us to interpret and figure out all by ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did help if they did prolong it over the 30 days.
Yeah.
I mean, that is huge, because that is going to greatly affect what they're trying to accomplish on the other side.
Yeah.
If they can't get where they need to go, and more people are going to be trapped or whatever.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree that it had to have, if not did win the war, it had to have greatly helped to keep a monsoon going for, 35 extra days is huge. and all the weather modification they did just in testing washed out their roads and didn't make a flood. Like,
Okay.
but yeah, it's very interesting now to see how everything is playing out with the hurricanes and just everything that we know now about cloud seeding and about the hurricanes and about how they can dissipate some of it to an extent. I don't know if they can fully like get rid of a full like category 5 hurricane.
I doubt they can get rid of it completely.
But they can do something to bring it down a bit.
But then the other side of that is if they can do something to do it, you know, to bring it down, it's not like they can fly a plane into a category 5 hurricane. If they're going to use a plane, they would have to use like the Santa Ana watershed, like the ground base. Yeah. But that only works if there's already a ground base there
and it's already ready to go. I see what you're saying.
But
I feel like they could do something.
Unless they can somehow use a direct energy weapon.
But we don't know if those are real or not yet.
No, direct energy weapons are real. We know that.
Do we?
Yes, we already did an episode on that.
Okay. Well,
we know they're real.
I wasn't sure if we found out that they were or that we were still unsure of it.
No, direct energy. We have
the patent and everything for that.
I don't know if we have the patent for direct energy weapons, but we did recently list a bunch of patents for
weather modification.
Weather modification for different applications, and BEA Systems is the one that owns the HARP now, and they do everything. They do war. I'll post a video.
Okay.
They do every single aspect. They're in computers. They're in military, like the DoD. They're in work with planes and everything. And the video that I have, it's basically like I was going to post it yesterday. It's like their little commercial. And I was just going to post it just because we had been talking a lot about HARP. And it shows the planes with the little energy weapon device. I don't know what they're called. The little they have. It looks like a little camera. It looks like a camera. It's like a ball.
That's crazy.
It's like a little ball.
A little laser shooter.
It looks like a little ball. It just looks like a ball.
Well,
I don't know how else to describe it. It's round.
So
I'll post that.
So that was Operation Popeye. What do you guys think? Do you think that? I don't know.
I think that
all these operations are coming out, and everything that all the conspiracy people are saying is now coming out to be true. So that's kind of interesting.
It just makes me more concerned about the hurricanes that are currently happening in America, like Milton. Well, it's actually Gulf of Mexico got hit hard too. Acapulco
is gone.
Got hit so hard. And I actually posted a picture yesterday on TikTok and on Facebook, and it had basically like a straight line. I mean, it just looked like a very straight line. Weather is just going to be in a completely perfect straight line. So that's why people were saying, oh, that is the direct energy weapon, like beaming into it, because it was perfectly pointed. So
if they have direct energy weapons, then why wouldn't they be able to get rid of it with that?
Yeah, I don't know if that would be able to dissipate it though, or intensify it. But somebody on our Facebook posted like a response in the comments to that.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the person's name, but thank you for posting the information there on that. And they sent us a video, and the video is of NASA using satellites also.
Oh.
And
why don't we use that to help?
So that was saying, I think that they were trying to imply, because they didn't write like a little note, they just sent the video. So I watched the video, and I thought what they were trying to convey to us is it could be satellites, because it was the perfect, it's like a rectangle shape. They just go back and forth in one little area.
Yeah.
It's not like where the satellite's going around. It's just one area to concentrate whatever they're trying to send in that area.
Gotcha. That's
like
interesting.
HARP or something.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah, no, that would be like HARP, I think. Yeah, that's crazy.
So
very interesting.
that's on our Facebook. But yeah, I watched it. I was like, oh well, this is weird. I didn't even think about satellites.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just didn't. I was like, oh yeah, it could be a satellite. I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like very close to my face.
I know we have to be really close, otherwise we don't both fit in the camera. We have 2 cameras going right now. We have one for TikTok and we have one for Facebook, and we're live on both right now.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like looking at like what's going on. There's comments. Hi, I just saw those comments.
Yeah.
And I see. Oh, hi, Captain Rich. Captain Rich has a lot of good content and is always sharing stuff with us.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yes,
thank
you.
Okay, well, let's wrap this up then. And yeah, I think we're all done. Right?
I think we are done.
Yes.
I love you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for like sending us stuff too. He always sends us interesting things that have to do with like conspiracies and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
we have
and
to
just-
forward them to me then so
I
I can
know.
look into more of them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for listening. And don't forget to...
Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And we are going to be posting a lot more stuff about the Seymour Hersh is New York Times article.
Yes. So look out for that. And yeah, thank you so much for all the new followers on TikTok. Heather said there's a whole bunch. As you know, she does the social side of everything. So thank you guys so much. And email us at conspiraciesunlocked@gmail.com. Bye.
Bye. I just don't know how to end the TikTok. Figures you're done now that I'm here.
Sorry, no, we're recording on Soundtrap too for the podcast, so I wanted to end that more than anything. So now I'm like, oh,
we can
whatever.
say hi. Hi, Julie.
Hi, William.
William
Flat
says
Earther all
flat
day.
earther all day.
Yes, kind of geoengineering. It was more of a Operation Popeye with weather modification to help the Vietnam War. Yeah. And how they used that for Operation Popeye.
So we could win.
To win the war, which is so crazy.
And now they're doing it so they can get lithium
Maybe.
from the mountains.
We're not saying it either which way because
This is for entertainment purposes only.
I don't want to discredit anybody that's like, or not discredit, but like make light of anyone who's suffering right now with the hurricane.
Yeah,
this is horrible. And if our government is doing that to you, then that's even more fucked. They should be stopping it through cloud seeding and because during Operation Popeye they were able to slow down the clouds and like opposite cloud seed.
Yeah. No, I don't want to like laugh about it either. It's not funny and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And I hope that everyone there gets out safely.
Yeah. Like get to higher ground, get to a different state, come west.
Evacuate. You know what?
Go northwest.
You know what I've been seeing too? I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook and I think other platforms too posting like, hey, I have a bunch of land. If nobody has a place to go, like come here.
Nice.
Yeah, they're like, I have generators,
nice.
I have this, I have that.
Yeah.
So there are people, coming together to help each other and stuff. To really like try to.
Well, we
make
need
a
to be
difference.
taking care of each other when things like this happen. We can't This is what we should be spending like money on, not sending billions to Ukraine or Lebanon or wherever the fuck they just sent money to last week. They sent like $8 billion or $8 million something to Ukraine or someplace over there.
Well, they
keep
sent another
funneling money over there.
$1 billion.
It's like, dude, you could buy all of these. You could buy all these people like hotel rooms or houses or rent houses out to these people or something. I don't even know. You could be doing something instead of sending the money out.
But the thing is they are giving money to people.
$750 for an emergency fund. Okay, cool. That'll give you what?
Hey,
2 nights at a hotel?
If you could get approved, because I heard it's a loan.
No, it's not a loan. I looked that up.
Oh, it's not a loan?
Yeah, it's not a loan.
Okay, maybe that was debunked.
Yeah, that's debunked. I looked that up last night because I was like, what the fuck? No way.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
$750 if you're approved. You have to be like, but I don't know what the approval process is.
So there is some kind of an approval process.
Yes. You have to be approved. I think that you have to be approved because you don't make as much or you're in the direct
But it's
flight
not
path
a loan.
or the path.
Okay.
It's not a loan, though. It's not like you're being approved for a loan. It's you have to be like in the direct or like area. You can't just be living in Florida. You have to be like in Tampa or, you know, whatever it is.
But like, really, what are you going to do with $750? Because here in San Diego, that's like a tank of gas and groceries for a week. If that.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I mean, hopefully it'll get you to...
Maybe you can pay your water bill too if you like go to like the...
My water bill is $360.
I said maybe if you live on top ramen.
No, but hopefully it's enough money to at least get them to a safe spot, like to a family friend's house or, you know, somebody else who's going to help.
Oh, he says it's bread and milk in Maine, so Maine's expensive too then.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's expensive everywhere. I mean, we got to do something about this. This is not okay, guys. We are not okay. Send help.
Send help. I just think that it's really messed up that they only get $750 and the Maui only got like $700.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The taxes are insane. That is for sure.
Yeah, for us to pay so much in taxes and for them to just give money away to other countries and not even, like, how many homeless people are out on the roads right now in the streets? We're in San Diego, so it's, like, horrible. LA is worse.
San Francisco is horrible, too.
Really? I haven't been there, so I haven't seen it firsthand. But we've seen firsthand in LA. We've seen firsthand Hollywood. We've seen firsthand, like, right outside our fucking door. And all the people that are on, like, drugs that need help, mental help, all these different things that are... They are, like... Some of these people are dangerous. Mm-hmm. Like, they are dangerous.
They're danger to themselves and
to others. They run out in the middle of the road.
Oh, somebody just got killed on one of our freeways because he went out. He was like, I don't know if he was
crazy,
like, mentally ill.
And now that person...
And he went on the freeway
and now
walking.
And now that person who hit him has to live with themselves for the rest of their lives, you know, be feeling bad that they killed someone, even though it's our own country that isn't helping these people. Mm-hmm. You know, there should be more drug rehab places. There should be more mental facilities. There should be more everything. But that's not ethical anymore to have mental facilities. And it's like, dude, people have mental issues. Mm-hmm. People have fried their fucking brains from doing too many drugs. So... If anything, we should have more drug rehabs, but like they kick them out like left and right. There's not enough beds. There's not enough anything.
Well, they don't just kick them out. Now they make it pretty much legal for you to do drugs because they have vending machines at various different places where you can just put in and you get a clean like needle kit and like or a clean
that is
pipe or whatever. And they say, well, if they're gonna do it, we can't stop them.
Yeah.
So let's just make it safe for them. Okay, well, just
fine, like down the road, we have the methadone clinic. Is like literally like I could throw a stone at right now. It's a block away over there, and there's a methadone clinic where they do all that, and you should see down there. It is crazy with all the people like in the mornings. They're all like they're
doing the fentanyl. Yeah. What do they call it? My kids actually are in high school and they have a name for it. It's like the fentanyl
zombie walk.
It's like the Fenty drip or Fenty something.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they look like they are water like slowly dripping down your window pane.
Oh my gosh.
And it's sad because you know.
And they should have all of our
really sad.
I don't know. All of our tax money is just going misplaced everywhere.
All of our money,
our money needs to stay.
It's going to the migrants. Right now.
They need to stay in the American people, you know, and it's ridiculous. So,
yeah.
Anyways, so that was my rant for the day.
Think about it. We get a sewer bill and they tax it. Yeah, they tax our shit.
Yeah, no, basically. They do. It's crazy.
Oh, you took a shit? That's going to cost you $20.
Well, you know why? Especially here in California, because they have to recycle it and give it back to us. And then we get to drink it, but we get taxed on drinking our own shit water.
Yum.
Yeah.
And, you know, and people are on so many pills and shit, and that's why probably all the kids are like, they're all developing sooner and shit because all the hormones in the water and stuff.
From all the people on the pills. Oh, that's why you're not supposed to flush down pills anymore.
But everybody does.
Oh my gosh.
People do anyway.
Well, either way, it's in your system, so now it's in your shit and your piss, and it's going down there anyways. Food too. Good job, Captain Rick. Rick or Rich? Rich. Okay, sorry.
Food. Yeah, for sure.
I
don't even want to think about
all
what
the
they
hormones
put in the food.
for the chicken and all that, and the cow and all the fucking beef and the chicken and the eggs and the milk and the Dude.
I try not to think about what's in our food.
I try not to either.
I buy what I buy that I know, like, is, like, my tried and true, like, things that I know that are good for my family or good for us or things, whatever.
But like, the eggs are supposed to be good for you, but God knows, like, what's really, like, what is producing in these eggs. Even the organic stuff, no matter what you do, like, I've given up on it. It's just so ridiculous. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Fuck you, TikTok. Don't protect the community.
Don't get us banned. We're already on thin ice.
Are we?
I don't know why. Yeah, organic. I don't know why, but TikTok does not like our content, and they every single time I post something, it says community guidelines.
Oh my god.
And then I have to appeal it. And right now, we almost are going to get banned. So we do have Conspiracies Unlocked 2. So it's just Conspiracies Unlocked 2.
And it's
it
our
only
second
has,
page just in case.
Yeah, only has like maybe 20 followers
Isn't that
or
ridiculous?
something. But find us there if we get banned. I don't know why we get banned, because like I've seen people who have better content, like more detailed content, and like really nitty gritty. Like really, I'm like, whoa, that's fucking good, and that shit's still up.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. We're working on our content, but there's some things that I want to post, and I'm like, I don't think I can.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's because
they
maybe they like pay TikTok off or something.
I don't know, but like this whole like unalive and SA and like I don't talk like that. We don't talk like that, so I don't know what words you can say. I need a list.
Yeah, because now that we're live on fucking TikTok, I wonder if they're gonna start banning us because I accidentally say fucking.
Can you say fuck on TikTok?
I don't fucking know.
Let's start a rumor.
Tell us which one.
The earth is flat.
The earth is an oval.
The earth
is the donut.
No,
Have you seen the donut one where the earth is a donut?
Do you know what the earth really is? And this is supposed like a real scientific fact. The earth is actually slightly pear-shaped.
I've just recently heard that.
I don't know.
That it's not. I could picture because it can't, like, if it's not perfectly round because, like, mountains and shit, maybe. I don't know.
For some scientific reason.
The what is it called? Topography of the earth could make it to where it's more pear-shaped.
She used a big word.
I did. It's like science. I'm getting smart. Okay.
Okay, I have a question. Captain Rich and whoever else is watching. Who else is watching? Julie and William and everybody on Facebook.
What's your question?
My question is, what do they want to, like, what conspiracy do you want us to look into?
Oh, yeah.
We asked last time.
Oh, did we?
Kinda.
Yeah, let me know so I can look into it because I'm the researcher. I like to research.
Or I'm going to put this little PSA.
That's where I learned big words.
Oh, look. On your phone, it's different. You can actually see the faces here.
Oh, that's cute.
And then here you can see the faces.
Oh, that's fun.
We can actually see the faces of people that are watching, and I never knew that. Weird. Okay. I never saw that before.
Yeah, let us know because I want to...
Lasers creating weather. Yeah, direct energy weapons, right? Lasers creating weather.
Yeah. I think he's responding to something that we were already saying. I think he's yeah. I don't know.
Well, because did say.
If you go back to previous episodes, we did do some on the direct energy weapons, which was, we did that right around the
episode 71.
There you go.
Is direct energy weapons.
So you can listen to that on iHeartRadio and Spotify and all that stuff.
And we don't have a live yet for that one because we didn't start live streaming until episode 72.
No shit.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a recap then, just like a video for live for here. That'd be fun, just to do a little recap for direct. Maybe we'll do that, Captain Rich. That'll be fun.
We didn't want to show our faces for the longest time, and we were just like, no! And now we're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Hello.
Hi.
I know.
How you doing?
Oh, it was exported.
Oh,
okay.
Wow, that was fast.
I know, and that didn't take the 3 million years like it usually does. There it is. Okay.
Fun stuff. Well, thank you so much again for watching.
Oh, gosh. Sorry.
You should start a podcast. We'll watch you.
We can collaborate.
Yeah.
If we figure out how to do that.
We've never collaborated, have we?
No, I don't know how to. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening, and yeah, let's get out of here. We're going to the pumpkin patch later. We're taking my kids. It's their half day at school, so we're gonna take them to the pumpkin patch today. So that's why I'm wearing my shirt. Wife, mom, witch.
How soon will AI take over the workforce, and are there actually not enough people to fill the workforce in the next 10 to 20 years?
That's
a good topic.
One, Bryant, because I'm thinking that with overpopulation, that there will be enough people, more than enough people to fill the workforce.
AI workforce.
And AI workforce, definitely, because Heather was telling me the other day that at ports, they don't even use people to like move things. It's all just automated. Like machines go in and move the big cargo ship, the sea containers to different locations.
Yeah. So when they had the Teamsters were doing the whole strike, and they were on strike over on the East Coast for a while. Well, I think all over, right? I think it was
all of America.
All of everything.
I don't think it was just
So I didn't look super into it. But I did see videos, and it is pretty much all automated.
Yeah.
A lot of it is automated.
Well, and then just looking at warehouses around here, there's a lot of automation when it comes to, like, when you go into Costco, this is what one of my warehouses that I go deliver parts to. When you go into Costco and they have all the pallets that are up, way up high, and they have to use, like, pallet jacks to bring them down.
Yeah.
Well, this company has a machine, and they're just like, beep, bop, let's go to C4 or whatever, and bring that down. And then they go, and the little, like, it's like a vending machine, but on, like, this huge-ass level. Mm-hmm. So.
Like Carvana.
Yeah, what is that?
There's a Carvana by my house, and it's funny because I was driving.
It's huge, and you're like, how do you get it down?
I was driving my kids to school the other day, and it's right on the freeway. The Carvana is on the right, and I was like, look, they're putting a car in. It just goes, you can see the car just go.
Oh, really? You could actually see. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it like happen.
Yeah.
I would pass it all the time, but I've never actually seen it.
Yeah, you could see it going up
in the tower. That is so crazy.
And then I'm like, well, do you get to test drive the cars when you buy them at Carvana? You would have to, right?
You get to because you do it online. You buy it online. You do everything online. And what I think that you do is then you go and you can test drive it for like a couple days or something.
Like
and then you bring it back if you don't want it or something. I think it's something like that. But there's no like attendance or anything there. There's nothing. Maybe there's like one or two people there, but there's no car salespeople because it's all online.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to look into that. We'll do that too.
We should just go there and be like, we want to drive this car, but they
won't let you. Yeah. You have to do it online. Yeah, it's fucking weird. Okay, well, let's end the live so we can get moving.
We're going to get moving.
Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for listening.
I don't know how to end it. Where's the fucking button? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I have to end mine. Bye. Guys!